So that's how you want to do this. That's how you want to do this. Okay, that's fair. Hello, YouTube. Broken Sea here with another. What is this one? Broken Cinema? Yeah, that's the one. Broken Critic. Whatever. Yeah, sorry. We've still been kind of getting everything set up. We have a lot of good stuff planned. Don't worry about it. But aside from that, so Star Trek came out today. Okay, sorry. Okay, jokes aside, there's no way you don't know this movie came out today. It's fucking Star Wars. Star Wars came out today. I'm sure you've noticed from your makeup kits and your vegetables and fruits that you've bought that Star Wars is coming out. Because, heaven forbid you don't know. We have both seen... we both saw it today. You saw it at a later showing. I saw it earlier, so I've had more time to digest. I think the best way to preface this too is, of course, we'll avoid spoilers as much as possible for this review, but when we get into it, we will make sure you know. So don't worry about that. I think the best way to kind of start the review is just kind of give you where we are with Star Wars. Obviously, just fucking take that off and start talking. JP really likes Star Wars.
I do.
This is baby.
And really, as my personal feeling towards this movie is it's exactly what Star Wars fans have been waiting for so goddamn long.
That's fair.
It's they got that feeling back. Mm-hmm. They got that like real feel, like a real Star Wars. It felt like a continuation from the original trilogy. Like,
yeah.
They did such a good job with getting that feeling back, which was very much lacking
in the prequels.
And mostly...
But it had the same characters.
It was about the style, the filming, the fact that the prequels were so heavy on...
Exposition?
Not even exposition.
Destroying the franchise.
No. Special effects and black, or like green screen and all that kind of shit. While this movie, they returned to the old style of practical effects.
Yeah.
On-site scenes, and like real
practical
acting.
effects and stuff.
Like,
yeah.
And you genuinely get that feel from watching this movie.
Mine is, I've probably already voiced it numerous times, I am not a Star Wars fan. I like Empire. I like that one. That one's cool.
It's the best one.
The prequels, I know I didn't like them, but at the same time too, I can't compare them because I don't remember them at all. I remember the original trilogy.
And it's for the best you don't remember them.
like my thing is like Episode 1. Okay, Darth Maul and Jar Jar Binks, that's all I know.
That's all you need
Number
to know.
2, I think there was a scene where Jango fought Obi-Wan on like a rainy platform.
Yes, they did.
And then the third one, there was like an overly long lightsaber battle at the end.
Yes.
That's all I remember.
In fact, and there was like 2 overly long lightsaber battles.
Oh, really? Oh, right, yeah, because he was fighting Yoda.
Yeah.
Shit, I forgot about that. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
He was like fucking throwing the Senate at him.
Yeah, it was good.
But I can even say...
They lacked heart. They lacked a sense of, like, I don't know, just a sense of down-to-earth feel to it. And, which is really weird to say when you're talking about a Star Wars movie.
So even I can say, as a non-Star Wars fan, this movie was alright. It was decent. It was pretty good.
And that's high praise from this jacket.
Yeah. Fuck you. I'm still more excited for Hateful Eight.
I know you are.
That's...
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, anyway. The movie, I will admit, the musical score in particular really reminded me of the original trilogy.
Yeah. John Williams.
Which I didn't even know I remembered it that much, but it did. All around, like, I was entertained. Although, and people have already been kind of throwing this up, you're getting a lot of beats from episode 4 again.
Absolutely.
This is basically like a new episode, which I guess makes sense because you're looking to start a new trilogy.
And it's also it's like restarting the franchise. Why not start with the best opening story?
Yeah, yeah. So, like, the acting was good, like he said, really good with the practical effects. There was a couple CGI scenes.
Yeah, but the thing is, they weren't that
that bad.
They weren't that bad. They weren't that pushy.
I didn't like the tentacle.
The monsters at the
tentacle
beginning?
monsters
Yeah.
with Han and Chewie.
There was a little over the top.
That was
but
a little
the thing is,
much, but...
It provided a lot of, like... If there's one thing that I did in this movie
It was pretty funny.
I laughed a lot.
Yeah,
there was a lot of moments that I... like, were a good hearty laugh.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't even just one character being funny. It was just the whole scenario that was going on at the time.
Yeah,
was genuinely funny.
Like, I don't even remember like I said, the other ones, like, dialogue wise too well. But I would say this one had like the most like joke.
Oh yeah,
in it. Like
it
was
just a lot of good one-liners and just like it was they tried a lot with pulling the nostalgia card with this movie.
Oh,
the thing is, they did it well, not how Jurassic World tried to do it and then shat the bed with it.
Oh yeah, this is better than Jurassic World. Totally
By
better
far.
than I would much rather watch this than Jurassic World again.
And the thing is, like, there was some blatant like attempts at the nostalgia thing, but then there was a lot of really subtle things that you might not have quite caught unless you were either looking for them or you're like Star Wars really
Star Wars
well,
nerd,
and you just happen to be like, oh, I know what that is. They did a really good job with not being super pushy with it, but at the same time making it subtle enough that you can still find it, but either if you know some stuff was really blatant, some stuff was super well hidden.
Sure,
they did a good job with it, I thought.
See, I just recognize the really obvious ones
Because
obviously I'm not.
Yeah, you have no.
I'm not a hardcore.
Like you didn't go to this movie for nostalgia feel.
No, someone bought my ticket.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm wearing a suit. It was my birthday. Yeah. I don't owe you anything more. I sat there while you cried.
Alright. So.
With your tissues.
Plot.
Okay, so we'll try and talk about as much of the plot as possible before going. If we're going to go into spoiler territory, though, we'll
let you know.
Actually, you know what? To be fair,
there's only two.
The quick review is go see it. It's pretty good.
It's fun. It's a fun movie. It's a Star Wars.
Is it a 95 on Rotten Tomatoes? Fuck no.
That, like you said, that's all the fanboys going on there super fast and being like, it's 100%, 100%. It's not 100%. I will say that right now. The thing is, I think it's a genuine Star Wars universe feel. And that's why you want to go see this movie.
Yeah, before we get into the spoiler of the kind of plot, I'll just say I give it a solid like 7.5 out of 10.
And I would give it probably probably about an 8.
Yeah. Like it was good.
It was good. It was a good movie.
It's my desolation of smog for Star Wars. That's the only Lord of the Rings movie I like.
And we still have like 4 more.
They're doing more
Star Wars movies?
Huh.
Shut up.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
more
6.
Like a ton more. Anyway.
So plot.
So it opens up like every single Star Wars movie does. Text crawl, planet, and the massive evil ship over the planet.
Luke Skywalker's gone. He's just disappeared.
And that's the problem. It's like
they're just like, he's gone, and everyone's
trying
disappears,
to find him. And it's like
his sister's trying to find him,
and the First Order, which is kind of the
Empire.
Big bad.
They're the fucking Empire.
Now, the first thing, like they say how it's like, oh, there's the Republic, and why? Like, I'm just asking.
Oh, you're starting your nitpicking early.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I don't understand why the Republic needs a guerrilla fucking army to fight the First Order. And they call them the Resistance. Like, what are they resisting? The First Order is not in charge. The First Order are the ones resisting.
I didn't think of that, actually. Why are they called the Resistance? They should technically be like the police.
They're the Republic Army.
That makes
like
sense.
Why?
Okay.
Why are you complicating these things already?
Okay, he's going on a tangent. Anyways.
But anyway.
So we get all those opening. Luke's gone. Basically,
and this is all in the crawl.
Luke.
This is all in the crawl.
We cut to your typical desert village, and someone has a piece of a map to find Luke.
Because he's missing, man.
And the piece of the map gets put into BB-8.
BB-8.
R2d2.
The new R2.
The new R2.
And he's adorable.
Yeah.
And he's
fucking kids are gonna love this thing like crazy.
And the thing is, though, he was completely
not always prop. There was a couple
little bits
subtle, but it was good.
But the thing is, they did a really good job with him.
They did subtle. So
I couldn't tell if you
the First Order. I keep wanting to call them the Empire.
I know, right? Well, you might as well.
First Order shows up. Of course, everybody gets fucking murdered.
Well,
and you get your first introduction to Kylo Ren.
And Captain Phasma. Oh, I know. Me too.
Oh yeah.
We are probably going to be in complete agreement when it comes
to Captain Phasma.
No,
totally.
Yep.
Kylo Ren shows up. He's intimidating. I dig the voice. Really good voice with the mask on. We'll get to that. But yeah, you get it right away. Not a guy to be fucked with, and
he stopped a blaster bolt in mid-air,
and it's like hanging there for like 2 minutes. I loved that.
That was
like
awesome.
Having a conversation, and you just see it like just kind of hovering in the side. It's like, oh, he's still holding it, and then
what the fuck?
He's like, just murder the whole village, and then after they're all dead, there's like 10 seconds of silence, and then the blaster goes off.
And it's like, holy, that's. They've never tried that in any other movie, and the fact that it worked really, really well. And during this whole thing, one of these stormtroopers, and they're all this new set of stormtroopers. They're not clones. They're not volunteers.
These are people who've been kidnapped from their planets and raised as soldiers.
Yeah, they were given. Given numbers, not like taking their name away, and so they were born brainwashed into this. And so one of them sees his buddy just get shot. And he
sees them all massacre the village.
And so he's like, you know what? This doesn't sit right with me.
I need to get the fuck out of here. So and it wasn't just the robot he gave the map to. There was the best pilot for their... I can't remember his name.
Poe.
Poe is there. Poe gets captured. And then basically... What was his name again? The stormtrooper with the PTSD. Finn. Actually, I wanted to say Finn. What did I call him before? Quinn?
Yeah, it was even worse.
It was even worse? Okay.
It was even worse.
I've been drinking heavily. My birthday.
Big surprise.
Which, thanks Star Wars for ruining it. Now no one gives a shit. Anyway, he decides to leave because of all the shit.
Basically, he goes...
And he breaks him out. At the same time, too, he's like, I want to do the right thing. He's like, you need a pilot. Like, I need a pilot. I don't know how to fly.
And Finn is, I think, the biggest source of the one-liners in this movie. And the thing is, it's not like he means to. It just kind of happens that way.
He takes a bit to warm up to, too. Like, for the first bit,
He's kind of a dick.
He's kind of a dick and just kind of weird. Like, I don't know what he was going for with it. Like, he was acting just weird.
Well, I think he just wanted the fuck out.
And
he was in a bad situation. He just wanted to get the hell out.
And that's basically his character for the first hour. Is like, anyone's like, we should do this. He's like, I want to get the fuck out.
I want to run.
I want to leave. That is literally all he says. Like, I want to run. I want to go. I want to go. Bye. That's it.
I want to go far away from here.
So they escape. They crash land back on the desert planet. BB-8 has now met a salvager.
Yep.
And she was salvaging one of the old Imperial.
Yeah, so all this is happening on a planet called Jakku, and everybody, before anybody asks, so why are these all big ships are there? They don't explain it so much in the movie, but in Battlefront, I know you have to play the game. But the Battle of Jakku was basically after the second Death Star got destroyed.
Okay.
Jakku was a big weapon facility for the Empire, and so that was kind of where the final Republic Imperial battle happened. That's why there's so much destruction, and from both sides. There's X-Wings destroyed, there's Star Destroyers destroyed all over the place. It is basically a junkyard planet.
See, I thought that was the same planet that Luke grew up on.
God!
It was a fucking desert planet. It looked the same.
If there's one thing that Star Wars is really good about, is just creating entire planets based on one single ecosystem.
This one's a forest. This one's a desert. This one's
Keep it
ice.
simple. Just keeping it simple.
Anyway, so point is, she gets BB-8. Finn comes down, and the rebel pilot, you assume he's dead. That was another one where it's like he clearly survived. He's just
they
didn't handle that well. Where he just kind of pops back in and it's like, oh, he's fine. How the fuck did he get off the planet?
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, they explain it as I was thrown from the wreckage and then I called for help when I didn't see you or the ship.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is he was passed out while Finn was searching.
Yeah,
and it's a fucking desert. How did he not get on a hill and was like, there's something that's not sand. There he is. Like,
Finn did not try very hard to
I'm being nitpicky, but that part was Anyway, so Finn finds BB-8 because by this point he's already told him that we really need to get this back to the Rebel Alliance.
The Resistance.
Same difference. I'm just going to use the old names because
that's all you know.
It's episode 4. So he pretends to be part of the rebellion, resistance, whatever. And she's like, cool. And I actually I
like the fact that she attacked him first thing.
Oh yeah, she kicks his ass. Like he runs to go save her while she's getting assaulted, and by the time he gets there, she's already beat the shit out of the two people.
And he's like, oh.
He's like, and then she sees him, and she runs at him, and he just like fucking. He's like, I don't want to.
Because BB-8 kind of tells her, "Hey, that's my master's jacket. He must have stolen it." And she's like, "Him?"
She gives him that look, and he's
like,
"Oh shit!" It was good. It was good.
Yeah, that was good. That was a really good scene.
It was a good scene. Yeah. Of course, the First Order shows up, blows
the whole
fucking thing up.
And they start blowing everything up.
And they get away on a scrap piece of shit ship. The Millennium Falcon. Yep. It's just there.
Han got it stolen like 3 people ago.
Yeah, they go over. It was like 4 people kept stealing the ship.
And just happened to be on this planet.
Happened to be on it.
Go figure.
That's where you get your old throwbacks, like Finn's in the same thing that Luke was in, and even he's saying it's like it is fucking hard to aim in this thing. How did anyone do this? It even has like the same graphics. The beep, 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 beep. They even do the chessboard at some point too. I remember that.
Well,
with the claymation.
Some more of the callback. And the thing is, like, if there's one thing that this movie did really, really well, was anything to do with the space battles. And it wasn't even in space. This is like the first Star Wars movie where all the fighter fights happened planet side. Like, on the planet.
Yeah.
It was all happening at the same time.
Yeah.
You had a ground assault and an aerial combat.
Right.
Yeah,
there's ground assault and aerial combat at the same time.
No, we'd never seen it before, and they did such a good job.
That's our notes on the side. You remember Warren.
We all remember Warren.
So there's that. Actually, I honestly think the only one I can remember in space is when they are escaping.
Yeah, that's the only time
movie
that it's solidly in space. All the other ones are done like planet side in atmosphere,
and you see the Millennium Falcon do some shit, like it's flying through wreckage and boom.
They stalled it. She stalled it midair.
Oh yeah, because the gun locks. So she literally like the ship's like falling. It's like, oh, there it is. Boom.
That was an awesome move.
It was good. It was good. So they get up to space. Something's wrong with it. So they're stopped there. By this point, Han and Chewie have found it.
They were in a salvaging ship, of course, looking for the Falcon
because it's his.
Because it's his.
What are 12 parsecs?
Yeah.
Holy shit! I remembered something.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, that was
right. So they show up. You have your big nostalgia, like Chewie, we're home.
Yeah.
Because they finally.
Which made everybody cry at Anaheim when they first saw that trailer.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, at this point, a bunch of people that. But Han is fucked over out of money show up, which I like that. Actually, with the way they were doing it, because they were in this like big 4-way hallway, like they're in the hall, like in the middle of the hallway, one end, this one, this, and there was 4. I was waiting for like the other 2 people to show up, like everyone, like give us our fucking money.
Like you stole from us.
Yeah. By this point, Finn and what is the girl's name?
Ray.
Okay, Ray. See, I was just committing it to memory, so I can remember it now. So they turn off some of the fuses. They let loose, like they were shipping like dangerous alien cargo. By this point, aliens are fucking everything up. One of the more heavier CGI scenes.
Yeah. But the thing is, it needed to be. And it was a fun. Like it was fun. Like it was
all right.
Like it was one of those scenes that just progressed the story a little bit. But it was kind of fun to watch.
Yeah. So at this point, you find out like Han's been basically running away for a while. They tell him like this tells us where Luke Skywalker is, and he's like, fucking Luke.
It's like,
And that's
well,
where you get your first
shit.
bit where you find out what happened to Luke, where he was trying to raise a new Jedi Order. One of them defected to the dark side and just fucked everything, like just murdered everybody. They pulled a Hayden Christensen.
Yeah.
With the kids.
So that's
Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren.
So he's like, okay, shit, we got to get you there. I can't remember the name of the planet. It was the really foresty one.
No.
They go to, and then they meet Chewbacca's girlfriend.
Yes. I think that was a joke.
That was a joke.
That was a joke.
Okay.
She was being playful.
I can't remember the name of the character. Paz something. She's not.
Huh?
Yeah.
Maz Katana.
Maz Katana. Okay.
Maz.
We're close. She's not a Jedi, but she's really like she feels
She's
the
in
Force.
tune.
She's in tune.
She's been alive for over 1,000 years.
She's
kind of character.
she's the one I think. Like if you watch the trailer, she's the one like just let it in, which I was waiting for that line and she didn't say it. Trailer fodder. Anyway, so while they're discussing like, hey, we need to, this because Luke, where are they? We need to get there. At this point, Finn comes clean. He's like, look, I was a stormtrooper. I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to go. I want to leave because you guys have no chance of stopping them. And he goes to leave. At this point, Rey has a Jedi vision.
Mm-hmm.
A fucked up Jedi vision. Because at first, like, she was doing it, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Because
she's remembering.
It's kind of jarring. Yeah, she's remembering. You get hints of her past. You never do actually find out. But
not in this one.
Not in this. There you go. But basically, she finds Luke Skywalker's lightsaber, which I guess is Anakin's lightsaber.
Yes, it's the saber that he lost at Cloud City.
It was the one he killed 30 kids with.
That too.
And she's like, Faz?
Yeah.
Faz is just
Maz.
Maz. Maz is like, it called you, it was the Force, take it. And she's like, fuck that. And just
I don't want to deal with this shit.
She leaves. So she runs off into the forest, BB-8 follows her, and then at this time you find out the First Order has basically built a planet-sized Death Star.
Well, the thing is, they basically put a laser gun in a planet.
And it literally uses the sun to shoot.
Yep.
So you get to witness it. It blows up 5 planets at the same time. 5.
One shot.
Because I think they were discussing, they're like, it turns out some of the Republic have been funding the Resistance.
Well, that's the idea.
And
well,
they're just like, fuck that. Blow them up. We're going to show them power. And then they just destroy a whole
sector.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't destroy a major sector.
Which is one bit I liked. I liked that they showed the people on the planet before it got blown up. Where they're just like, what the fuck? Boom.
Like, for a Star Wars movie, this is actually fairly graphic.
Yeah.
Like there's blood.
There's a lot of blood. The lightsabers don't feel as OP as they did before.
No, they didn't because
they seem more realistic. Actually, I think in the first movie, no one lost a limb.
Yeah.
No one lost a limb
in the first movie?
No, in this movie. Yeah. This is like one of the first ones where no one lost a limb.
Nobody lost a limb.
Right?
We got some...
Right? Nothing got cut off.
Yeah, I know.
Surprisingly, for once. So they all see that shit happens, and by this point they found out that they're down there, so Kylo Ren and they all show up and fucking kill everybody. At this point, Finn comes back because he's like, they're here, and he grabs Luke Skywalker's saber. He has a pretty good fight with a stormtrooper who's got this like
a stun baton, but it's like a badass stun baton.
He gets his ass kicked, which is one thing that I kind of like. I still feel like Finn was doing too good with a lightsaber, considering he probably never used a sword.
But the thing is, he's still trained. Like he's a trained fighter. He's a trained soldier who probably still did hand-to-hand. He probably trained with those batons at some point.
But he was in sanitation. Yeah.
Early on.
Although, to be fair, the whole time he's just like, I need a blaster. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Give me a gun. Like, I'm not... So they're almost captured. By this point, Kylo Ren has found Rey out in the woods and finds out she's already seen the map. So he's like, we don't need the droid. We'll just take her.
Yeah.
They do that. Leia shows up with the Resistance. They kill everybody as Kylo Ren leaves. And then you get your Leia Han moment. Reuniting.
And they're like, oh.
Which I heard a couple gasps in the audience. I'm like, you don't fucking see that. Okay, whatever. You didn't see that coming.
I think people saw it coming, but it was a genuine, like, it was a really cool
Also,
feel.
quick note, when the credits started rolling, like the text scroll at the beginning, people were clapping. Because,
People are
they've
excited.
been waiting for this for a while, I guess. So that happens. Kylo Ren is interrogating her on their ship, and you find out she's in tune with the Force now.
And basically she might, without training, which is...
She mind controls somebody.
It's not even mind control, but the thing is, she manages to basically set up a mental block from Kylo Ren, who's been doing this for a very long time. She's had no Force training.
She's basically like probably the new Anakin. She's just insanely good with the Force.
Just natural talent.
Which was also a funny scene, because she's sitting
like,
there and she's like, there's a guard in there, and she's like, you're going to take off my straps.
And he's
I'll
like,
open the door and leave it open.
And the first time he's like, I'm going to
tighten your straps. And then she does it again, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to do that.
For it.
And then as he's walking out, she's like, you're going to leave your blaster. I'm going to leave my blaster.
Yeah,
Just
drop
drops
my
it.
gun.
That was a good. That got a good laugh out of
good.
everybody. So while that's going on, Finn has gotten back to the Resistance. Now he's meeting everybody. He's like, okay. So they're targeting us now with their goddamn planet-destroying Death Star. Okay, alright. Cut. We'll be fine. We'll be right out, don't worry. I want to drink the wine. Don't laugh. Okay, so by this point, Finn has met up with Resistance. He's telling them about everything.
And this is when we find out that Poe is still alive.
Yes, where he
just kind of is there, and it's like,
yeah, that was where he's kind of like, eh. There's also like
lazy
a scene before. A scene before is where we get your first big heavy spoiler. I mean, we already said spoilers, but Kylo Ren is talking to his new master, and you find out he's Han Solo and Leia's kid.
Mm-hmm.
He's Ben.
Yeah, and you know what? You don't find that out till later in the movie.
You don't find that out later till
but
that's his real name.
I love it.
Well, yeah, because didn't Luke name in the canon
Luke
thing?
and Mara Jade went like in the books.
Which is not canon anymore.
We know. They named their son Ben, and I was actually kind of really interested to see what they were gonna, because they could have done Ben, or they could have done Anakin, because in the books, their third kid was named Anakin. So I'm kind of glad they went with Ben.
Yeah.
And as soon as he said, anyway, we'll get to that point. We'll get to that. Anyway.
Yeah.
So we find out that Kylo Ren is actually Han and Leia's son.
Yeah.
And it's like,
so at this point,
cool.
Rey's trying to escape. Finn is on a I just want to save Rey kick. He explains to them how they can stop the... I'm just going to fucking call it the Death Star.
It's the Star Killer.
Star Killer.
And the thing is, Star Killer is also a callback
to the Force Unleashed.
Not even the Force Unleashed. But the thing is, in the original script, Skywalker was originally going to be Star Killer.
Oh, okay.
As a name.
So they show up. There's a shield around it, so of course they got to deactivate the shield. You're getting a lot of throwbacks to the first movie.
Oh, but the thing is,
so many.
The way they get around the shield, though, is fucking brilliant.
So,
but the thing is brilliant, but goddamn stupid.
Yeah. So they basically kidnap Phasma. Who?
No, before that.
Oh.
Like when,
Oh, yeah.
The planetary shield, the planetary shield that blocks anything that's going slower than light speed. So what does Han do? He flies at light speed right through the shield onto the planet's surface. So it's like, So he's like, as they're talking about it, he's like, we're going to stop now. It's like, how do you call that?
Yeah, that was kind of, yeah. It was a cool scene, though. They almost... they do the land on a mountain and just...
Yeah, and then kind of skid.
Anyway.
And I love the comment. It's like, we'll use the Force. Like, that's not how the Force works!
Because the whole time he's like, I made up that plan. I don't know what we're going to do. He's like, we'll just listen to the Force. Like, that's not how...
That's not how this works.
So they break in as Rey's trying to leave. Basically, there's this one building that they need to blow up, and then the whole planet will blow up, basically. Yep. It's like the... whatever makes everything I'm going to call it the regulator.
Yep.
So that's going on. They all meet up. The way they get the shield down from around the planet, Captain Phasma, who, from my understanding, was built up pretty big before this movie.
And
it's a woman.
Well,
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's Brienne from Game of Thrones.
Oh.
So she's a massive she's a
Big woman.
super tall and really she's
She is this
badass
movie's
chick.
Boba Fett. She does nothing.
That is exactly
She
what
does
Yep.
fucking
So
nothing.
she stands out amongst all the stormtroopers. Like she's
Looks
the chrome.
cool as shit.
She's the chrome trooper. So she's like, oh, this you don't want to mess with this chick.
Yeah.
And then when they break into the base,
They kidnap
Chewie's
her.
like,
just grabs her. Yeah, grab her,
And it's
lower
like-
the shields, and then throw her in the trash compactor.
it's like,
And that's all she does.
and but you know she survives.
Well, yeah, because she signed on for the other movies.
Yeah. So the
So
thing
she
is,
will get to do stuff, but once again, that was really disappointing.
it's like, oh cool, Brienne's good. Like
And she doesn't.
Captain Phasma, she's this series Boba Fett.
So they've been shooting at the building. It's not going down quick enough, so Han and Chewie decide to plant explosives inside of it to create make it easier to blow up, basically for the X-wings.
During that right.
During this time, Kylo Ren has felt Han Solo on the planet. They're checking out there. Kylo Ren walks across the. There's of course your big
bridge.
Your big bridge with no handlebars, which still seems ridiculous.
If you that's a pretty typical Star Wars
that's
thing.
pretty,
no
I know.
handlebars.
Well, I'm new to it, so whatever. So he's there, and of course Han gives him the look, and Leia too when they were
they
doing
were
she's
bring
our son
bring our
home,
son home
because he's been corrupted by the dark side. Please bring him home.
Well, it's it's
And of course, as soon as you see Han do this, you're like, this is a bad idea.
it's as soon as he says his real name,
He calls him Ben.
he's like Ben.
He's like, take off your mask. I want to see my son.
And-
And you know how this scene goes. Bigger spoiler. The other big spoiler. There's only two. Number one is Kylo Ren is their kid. Number two, Han Solo dies.
Nope.
He stabs him with his lightsaber.
Yeah. And the thing is, I'm sure Harrison Ford is super happy about
Because he
that.
hates Han Solo.
He hates Han Solo so much.
So
the fact that
which is weird because it seemed like he was having a good time in this movie.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing is, he's probably getting paid a pretty penny.
Oh, totally.
And
yeah.
I think he was just looking forward to the fact that this is going to be the last time I have to fucking do one of these movies.
Yeah, yeah. Chewie's actually in this movie a lot.
No?
More than you'd think.
Well, the thing is,
but yeah.
Chewie gets hurt.
So he gets killed by this point. Finn and Rey were there, so they see it. They do their scream. Chewie is
sees
pissed.
it. He
Chewie's
starts shooting
at
everybody.
Kylo Ren actually gets shot.
Yeah.
Which was cool.
It's really interesting, that Kylo Ren as a character. He's so badass, and his whole premise is that he is trying to be as
He wants to be the new Darth Vader.
he wants to be the new Darth Vader.
He has Darth Vader's mask, and he's talking to it, and he's just like, they feel light in me, and I don't like that.
He is batshit crazy though.
Oh yeah,
he is not.
He's an insane person.
Vader wasn't crazy.
Yeah.
He was just evil.
Yeah.
Kylo,
he's unbalanced.
he's unbalanced. And the thing is, there's a couple points where you're okay, so it's that kind of struggle between light and good, but at the same time, though, it's
which I do like. He shows emotions. There's times where he gets bad news, and he immediately just busts out his lightsaber and just starts slashing his shit because he's just.
You know how when
pissy.
Vader had got bad news, he would just choke a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kylo doesn't really do that.
No, he just
basically
destroys shit with
he
his
just turns
lightsaber.
around and has a little hissy fit,
Which is kind of funny. There's actually a good scene when he finds out that she broke out.
Oh,
He's slashing the chair, and there's these two stormtroopers
Come
walking
around the
around.
corner.
They hear him scream, and they see pieces of the chair come out, and they immediately turn around.
They just kind of take a step, look at each other, and they're like,
let's
let's just not do this.
Kylo's having a bad day. So by this point, Chewie blows up the factory.
Nope.
They've all, you don't know what happened to Chewie. He ran off. Finn and Rey try to get to the Millennium Falcon, and guess who's waiting for them in the way? Kylo Ren, and this is where you get your Forest lightsaber fight. Finn still has the lightsaber from Luke.
And
He tries. He gets a hit on him.
He gets a hit on him, and not only that, but the thing is, they actually implement the crossguard at this scene.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's not how everybody
He's burning his shoulder with
yeah,
it
exactly.
while he's
It's
holding
not
up
like
against the
it's
tree.
not being used as a traditional crossguard.
Yeah.
It's they cross their beams, and then he just kind of twists his wrist so that the one cross beam gets him in the shoulder. So
And
it's
he's
that
screaming.
fucking would suck. Like, it was brilliant, actually.
So they keep going, but yeah, Finn does not do well. He gets knocked out. He gets slashed in the back, I think, and just passes out. And lightsaber gets thrown away there. He goes to use the Force to pull it, and it goes past him to Rey, who is now woken up, and they have their lightsaber fight.
Which is actually pretty cool.
Pretty good.
But also, once again, it still bugs me because she like has had no training.
It's the Force
whatsoever.
This is the Force.
And it's like she just...
It's the Force.
It still bugs me, though.
So they have their fight. Kylo Ren's
like, it's a cool fight,
Oh,
though.
yeah.
They
I
did
like
a
that's
really
not
good job.
over the top. Like,
No.
they're not doing flips and shit. It's just a good, like,
It's
boom,
a good,
boom, boom.
solid duel.
So that was good. Kylo Ren, like, corners her basically at, like, a big fire crater, and he's like, you need a master. I'll train you, like, in
And
the
then
dark
she's
side.
like, fuck no.
Close her eyes,
and
accepts
then
the Force.
Beats him back.
She, like, shoves his lightsaber into the snow so it, like, burns out. It's actually kind of neat.
Yeah.
Kicks him. The one part I thought was cliche, that, of course, the planet breaks in between them and they get, like, separated by a big chasm. And that's the last you see of Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
He's just lying
And
there.
that
He gets
happens
slashed in the face, though. He did get
After,
slashed in the
so
face.
now he has a reason to wear the mask.
Yeah. She gets... Chewie, by this point, has gotten in the Millennium Falcon. Picks up both of them. They go...
Poe is flying and destroyed the big ship.
Poe's flown in.
Does his awesome pilot stuff. And all the... Like I said, best fighter fights I've seen
really good.
like in a long time, just because it looks so real. And I got to see it in an IMAX.
Yeah, I saw
Like,
it.
I got to see it in an IMAX, and to watch this film on the biggest screen possible, watching those like the fighter fights,
Pretty good.
was awesome.
I can see that.
Really cool.
Yeah, and then by this point, the one lieutenant guy is talking to the main evil dude, and he's like, bring Kylo Ren, he's ready for his further training.
Yeah.
Now that he's murdered his father.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they all land back on the planet, yay, Resistance won, let's mourn Han. By this point, R2d2 wakes up, who's been asleep the whole movie.
Oh my god, this is
another thing. I don't know why he
It's
just
like-
decided to wake up then.
It's like they go up to R2, it's like, oh, I don't think he'll be waking up anytime soon.
Basically,
Like, it won't be the
before
same.
Luke
It's
decided to leave, he said something to R2, and R2's been in like sleep mode the whole time.
and then all of a sudden,
He just wakes up.
randomly wakes up for
No reason.
Nothing's changed. Nothing has changed with R2.
Nothing has
So it's like,
changed.
it's not like, even if they had something with BB-8 do something to him, or
Yeah.
even BB-8 like, presenting or even showing like the little bit of the map to R2, and all of a sudden R2 just kind of wakes up because of that.
Yeah.
They don't even do anything like that. It just kind of, he magically wakes up all by himself.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, R2's awake and he has the rest of the fucking map.
So they link the map. They Chewie, R2, and Rey. She leaves Finn because Finn's still knocked out at this point.
Nope.
She gives him a kiss on the head. It's typical. It's your typical Hawk. They always do that. Although she does call them friends, so they're probably not going to date. They go to the coordinates where Luke apparently is. So we get like 3-minute walking scene of her landing on the planet, just kind of exploring, taking a look. And of course the music swells, it builds up. Cloaked figure staring out at the lake.
Turns around.
Luke Skywalker.
The big reveal!
The big reveal. He's there for
And,
like 20 seconds.
And big beard, and they just kind of look at each other. She holds out his saber.
Stands there.
And that's
The movie just ends there.
her and him
Staring at each
locking
other.
eyes, her extending his original lightsaber, which is, for him, would be a big deal.
He does kind of give her this weird look as he sees it. He's just kind of like, not weird, but almost like he didn't want that.
Well, the thing
that's
is,
what I got.
when you think about it, for
He's trying to
him,
run away, yeah.
Well, for him,
It reminds him of his
that
dad.
saber, it reminds him of his dad, and B, it probably reminds him of how he lost his hand.
Oh, yeah.
Despite, and the thing is, like,
He's got like a Terminator hand.
yeah, like it's kind of like Anakin from Episode 2 when he got married on the beach. It was kind of that kind of look of a hand, so it was really low grade.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's how they end the movie, and I am totally cool with that. Like, I know,
Yeah.
like, everybody was like asking why Skywalker wasn't in any of the promos, why like he's not in any of the posters. This is why, is that he...
This is Han Solo's movie.
It is. This is Han Solo's goodbye movie.
Yeah. He'll get his movie for the next one.
And like we're gonna get a Han Solo anthology movie.
Totally.
They're gonna be one of the spin-off movies.
Now, as we said, we did have issues with this movie, but we will save that for a special episode after this, which will basically call everything that was right and everything that was wrong with episode 7. So look forward to that. I just came up with that on top of my head.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to click the subscribe button if you haven't already. Give some of our other videos a check out. Like I said, we're getting back into this. We got our whole new setup and everything working out. So lots of good stuff to look forward to.
And don't forget to share, tell your friends, and
stay classy.
Keep watching. Thanks.
Star Wars.
Yeah.